Hey y'all, what's up? It's your girl Cece, and welcome back to another episode of Let's Talk USC Women's Basketball. And today we're doing a full analytic breakdown of USC versus Notre Dame. Because when we're watching the game live, we react off emotion and eye candy. We see the big shots, the turnovers, the missed bunnies, the late game drama, but we don't always see the lineup flow, the lineup patterns, the possession battles, the rebounding percentages, and how all those little numbers add up to a one possession loss. Analytics let us slow down the game and answer all the real questions. What really actually decided this game? Let's get into it.
Let's talk USC women basketball.
All right, before we talk about anything that went wrong, we're going to start with what USC did well. Because, I love being positive and putting positive energy onto the team. So let's talk about the bright spots in this game. Kara Dunn, she had a statement game. Her line, 21 points, 5 rebounds, 1 assist, 1 steal, 3 turnovers. 72% from the field, guys. 80% from 3, 66% from 2. She was efficient, confident, and fearless. Every time she shot the ball, every time the ball was in her hand, it looked good. Notre Dame never really found an answer for her. And honestly, we should have had more actions for her. The ball should have been in her hand more. As hot as she was, we should have gotten her the ball. But if she's now coming into her own and feeling relaxed and now able to find her game, this is a true positive for us, right? Because she really becomes a threat offensively for this team. The next person I want to talk about, Jazzy Davidson. She played 38 minutes. That's a lot of minutes. She had 14 points, 8 defensive rebounds. Hold up. I just want to, before I go any further, I just want to let you know, she had 8 defensive rebounds. Our whole entire front court had 9 rebounds.
Huh?
9 rebounds.
Huh?
9 rebounds.
Huh?
Jazzy had 8 rebounds by herself. Okay, let us continue. 8 defensive rebounds, 3 assists, 4 steals, 3 blocks, 8 turnovers. She shot 57% on 2s and 25% on 3s, so she'll get better at that. She had 8 turnovers, but even though she had 8 turnovers, she was still +6 in the plus-minus category. And this is why she's so impactful on both sides of the court, right? Jazzy Davidson, her impact offensively and defensively cannot be denied. Here's one clip to show you defensively how she is just all over the court. Okay, watch this play right here. The ball's going to go to Kennedy after she curls up. So Kennedy's going to curl up and get the ball, and then Jazzy's going to go down and set the screen, and then come back up and around. Boom, there's Kennedy getting the ball. Jazzy's going to come back out. Kennedy sets that screen, and then Jazzy hits that shot. So, but here's what I want you to watch. I want you to watch what she does defensively on this next play. She's just all over the place. If you watch her, look at Jazzy. Look who she is. Now she's up, right? KK Bransford is her man. Now she comes all the way down into the paint. Look at that. Now she goes back out. Now she comes over to help, right? Now look at, she catches KK and blocks her shot. She had the best angle. So when you're talking about impact, that's what I mean by impact. Her impact on this team is only going to grow and grow once she starts to feel more comfortable. She's still young. She's still a freshman, so she still has to work on understanding when to make the right pass, when not to pass, throwing into a crowd, which she did quite a bit last night's game, but she'll get better as she feels more comfortable and starts seeing the floor even better than how she sees it now. Kennedy Smith, Kennedy Smith had 9 points, 5 rebounds, 5 assists, 2 steals, 2 turnovers. She shot 37% on twos, and she went 0 for 3 from the three-point line. Look, Kennedy Smith to me is really one of the best players on that court because she's asked to do so many things. She's asked to initiate offense. She's asked to create offense. She's asked to make the right pass. She's asked to get players in position. She's asked to guard the other team's best player. And in this case, it was the Hannah Hidalgo. Hannah Hidalgo, you have to understand how hard Hannah is to guard. And Kennedy being 6 foot, 6'1", and Hannah Hidalgo being faster and quicker. To me, Kennedy did a really good job defensively on Hannah Hidalgo. I mean, for a lot of the game, she did what she could on Hannah Hidalgo at the point of attack. A lot of the breakdowns were on the second line, rotating late, not hedging correctly. It was never on Kennedy's initial defense of Hannah. But moving on, USC actually played winning basketball in a few key areas. I mean, damn, we shot 46% from the field, 50% on twos, 40% on three, and had a 54% effective field goal percentage. That was our best shooting game against a team that's pretty well known for defense, right? Defensively, we held Notre Dame to 41.7% shooting and 23.8% from the three-point line. Key fact here, Notre Dame took 60 shots in total. USC took 50. They had 10 more shots than us, and we were still right there in the game with them. That shows our half-court defense held up. Now, before I dive deeper, I want to roll this preview clip in what I said in my last podcast with Matt regarding Notre Dame.
Is this a game where you let Hidalgo get hers and you shut off the faucet for everyone else? Or is it a case of, no, you have to make the role players beat you? You know, kind of the Charles Barkley comment. You got to let the bad guys beat you. How do you think this game shapes up in terms of the game plan, in terms of Hidalgo and the Notre Dame supporting cast?
If we can control Hannah Hidalgo, we control everyone else. She's the point of attack. So if we can control her, limit her shooting, limit her points, but if we can control her and get into her mental, it's going to affect the entire team. I said if we contain Hidalgo, we control Notre Dame. In the preview, I talked about needing to disrupt Hidalgo, De Jesus, and Prosper. De Jesus is their three-point threat they got from Duke. We did some in stretches. But we weren't consistent. And that matters in a one-possession game. Now let's talk about Hannah Hidalgo. Hannah Hidalgo finished with 7 rebounds and 5 steals. I'm not even going to talk about her points. 7 rebounds and 5 steals at 5'6". 7 rebounds and 5 field goals at 5'6". That's pure motor and hunger for the ball. With Hannah, it's not just physical pressure, it's mental. When she starts flying around, you rush passes, you pick up your dribble early, you hesitate on your drives, you start playing not to turn it over instead of playing to score. That's how she broke us down. That's how she breaks down a lot of teams. She finished 2 rebounds shy of USC's entire front court. Our front court by committee finished with 9 rebounds in total. Hannah had 7 at 5'6". Jazzy had 8 on her own. Our front court produced only 6 total points and 9 total rebounds. I'm sorry, I moved on to the front court because it just got me thinking. You cannot have a non-scoring front court and a non-rebounding front court. USC as a team only had 4 offensive rebounds on 27 missed shots. That's 13.8%. Our second chance points were only 4 points, just 6.8% of our scoring. Points in the paint were only 22, just 37.3% of our scoring. Notre Dame pulled down 9 offensive rebounds, and that's the difference in a one-possession game to our 4. We had 27 missed shots and only 4 offensive rebounds. We didn't generate enough rim pressure or paint presence at all. Notre Dame's defensive analytics told the story. 83.7 defensive rating, 22.9% steal rate, 20% block rate, and 17 points off our turnovers. USC's advanced numbers were clear too. A negative 2.8 net rating, 83.3% offensive rating, a defensive rating of 86.1, 28.3% turnover percentage, 13.8% offensive rebound percentage, 22 paint points, 4 second chance points. Our pace of play was the slowest in this game than any of our games at a 70.9. Our free throw attempt rate was only 14%. So I want to talk about our free throw attempt rate. USC only attempted 7 free throws all game. That's a free throw attempt rate of about 14%. That's very low. With the guards and wings we have to drive the ball into the paint, put pressure on the rim, initiate contact, and force the refs to blow whistle. Right now, we are not living at the free throw line. We are living off jump shots and tough finishes instead of making the defense pay with fouls. Steals were another difference. USC had 10, Notre Dame had 16. That's 6 extra scoring opportunities. 6 extra scoring opportunities. Now, I want to address something that I've seen online and from fans. The loss isn't just about we don't have a point guard or a real PG. Let's look at Notre Dame versus Michigan, for example. Notre Dame forced 19 turnovers on Michigan. They had 12 steals in that game. Even though Michigan blew them out, I'm just trying to make a point. Defensively, Notre Dame still did what they did as far as turnovers and steals are concerned. 19 turnovers and 12 steals. So this isn't some USC only problem. This is what Notre Dame does. This is their identity. So I don't put this on a label like we don't have a PG. This is about handling pressure, valuing the ball, and making reads under duress. Now let's get into something that people really can't pay attention to because they're too busy enjoying the game, and that's lineup flow and lineups during the game. But first I want to talk about PPP, points per possession. Points per possession on offense, 1.00 PPP or higher equals your lineup is scoring efficiently. Below 0.90 equals your lineup is struggling. On defense, below 0.90 allowed equals really good defense, and above 1.00 allowed, you're giving up too much. PPP strips away pace and just asks the question, when this group is on the floor, are we winning or losing the possession battle? So the other thing I want to talk about is what I feel is a must for lineup chemistry, and that's the 3-minute rule for lineups. Something else that fans don't always think about is lineup chemistry. Most lineups need about 3 minutes of uninterrupted play to really settle in. That means figure out spacing, figure out communication, and build rhythm. USC's lineups in this game averaged about 1 minute and 47 seconds together. That means most of our groups never even hit the 3-minute rhythm threshold, except for the starting lineup in the beginning of the game. Now the lineup flow by quarter, let's walk through how that looked in each quarter. In the first quarter, we have 5 lineups and only 2 had a positive plus minus. In the second quarter, we had 6 lineups and only 2 has a positive plus minus. In the third quarter, the only positive lineups were the ones over 3 minutes. Go figure. Fourth quarter, we had 6 lineups and most played under 2 minutes in the fourth quarter. So that becomes a rhythm problem, in my opinion. The other thing I want to talk about is the Malia Samuels and London Jones pairing. They struggled. 0.13 offensive PPP, 1.50 defensive PPP allowed, and 0 assists together. Okay, I want to talk about a couple lineups where these lineups included Malia and London. So, and why the combination of those 2 guards just doesn't work. So here's lineup 1 was London, Malia, Kennedy, Jazzy, and Vivian. The offensive PPP was a 1.13. The defensive PPP allowed was 1.25, which is bad. That means Notre Dame scoring almost every time down on the floor. 2 turnovers in under 2 minutes, 0 assists, no paint touches, no ball movement. So even though USC scored, Notre Dame scored more faster and easier. That's why the lineup was a minus despite decent offense. Lineup number 2, London and Malia plus Kara and Kennedy. Offensive PPP 1.13, again solid. Defensive PPP allowed 1.47. 1.47 allowed is extremely high. That means Notre Dame was scoring every possession in that stretch. Again, with this lineup, there was 0 assists, the spacing collapsed, rush shots, forced drives. Notre Dame pressure completely controlled the possession game. Why this pairing struggles? This is not about talent. This is not about effort. This is not about London is bad or Malia is bad. They're both great players in their own sense. This is about floor geometry and matchups and size plus front court limitations. Both guards are small. Malia is small. London is very small. Against Notre Dame, a hyper-aggressive, physical, ball-pressuring defense, that becomes a major issue because they can't see over traps, passing angles disappear, closeouts become physical body checks. Notre Dame crowds them chest to chest. They struggle to create space from contact, and Notre Dame wants small guard lineups. Smaller guards, they just shrink the floor. With 2 small guards handling the ball, help defenders stunt and recover quicker. Notre Dame collapses the paint immediately. Defenders dig at the ball every time it's picked up. They can fully load without fearing kickouts. Everything is tighter, more rushed, more crowded. They become pressure magnets. Malia is a calm, steady game manager, but when London is on the floor too, it puts more pressure on Malia to protect the possession. Notre Dame keyed on Malia, fronting her, bodying her, reaching on the pickups, swiping from the back, forcing her into early pickups and tough passing angles. The front court, they're not helping. The front court is not a scoring threat. This was the most important part. So with London is a challenge as well because London is driving into the paint that is collapsed before she gets there. There's 0 space. London doesn't spray the ball early. London has a tendency to drive too deep, pick up the ball late, and then try to pass or shoot over giants. By the time she gets that deep, there's no angle. Defenders are on her hips. The passing lane is gone. She gets trapped. She forces tough floaters or jump passes, or she turns it over. This kills spacing and kills rhythm. London Jones is one of the fastest, most talented players on the roster, but in this matchup, her impact was limited. Here's a complete breakdown. London's line, 0 points, 0 rebounds, 2 assists, 1 steal, 3 turnovers, a -4 in 13 minutes. Now, here's the thing. You can be a non-scorer and still impact the game. But in this game, London struggled to impact pace, spacing, defense, ball movement, rebounding, offensive creation. She drove into a collapsed paint. This is the key issue. London kept attacking the paint against 3 defenders. When she drives, she goes too deep. She doesn't spray early. She gets stuck. She forces contested shots, or she throws the ball off balance. A 5'3" guard driving into a collapsed paint is like an animal trying to fight a pack of wolves for food. You're going to get eaten alive every single time, and that's exactly what happened. The last thing I'm going to say about London is she can be impactful. London can be great when she can attack closeouts, hits rhythm threes, pushes pace, creates off spacing, plays in transition. But in this particular game, the floor was small, the paint was packed, and she just kind of lost her way, I felt. Hey, look, at the end of the game, we had 2 clean looks at the rim in the final minute that would have won us the game. Most of the time, we probably wouldn't have missed those, but hey, the ball goes in. Sometimes it does, sometimes it doesn't. You know, we were on Notre Dame's home court, so hey, the luck shifted towards them. Also, I think our coaching staff is still looking for 2-way execution, right? We're not getting that yet. We're still looking for it, and we're looking for a lineup that will work on a 2-way execution. This is only game 4. Got a long way to go. All right? So the real takeaway to me, in my opinion, looking at my notes, is everything comes down to rebounding, turnovers, spacing, free throw aggression, paint pressure, lineup rhythm, front court development, and this is all correctable. And always throw positive energy to the team. And always remember, I'm giving it to you from an analytics number point of view. But numbers don't always tell the full story. Keep that in mind. My breakdowns are my breakdowns. The analytics are what they are from how I see it. I could be wrong. I could be right. Who knows, right? I'm just giving you what my thought process is when I'm looking and analyzing the game. And like I said, there are many views from many other different people who break down analytics. I'm just giving you my opinion. Does my opinion matter? At the end of the day, no. But to me, it's all about analytics. So I just wanted to let you guys know that everything that we're going through now is a building process. It's a growing process. We'll be all right. Fight on.